Okay, so we're live. Welcome to our Pacific Rim US Standup. Here with me is Patrick and Vijaya. So let us start with you, Vijaya.
In branch control spec, I'm working on some of the tests and the show, and new is not logged in test are not passed. Company related, company admin and company contract and job seeker are failed because of the redirect page and the message related, and authorization with the company people also failed with the new already login people. It generated the runtime errors for 2 cases.
I think we'll take a look at it
Okay,
afterwards to see what's happening there.
okay.
Okay. Anything else?
No, only.
No. Okay. Patrick.
So this morning I had a pair programming session with Sandhya and Tong Wei. Sandhya still working on the local time to UTC. We had some code that was working in her environment and not working in mine, so we kind of worked that out a little bit. I reviewed a PR, at least one PR, David's PR, I believe, that we were working with him last night on. I added some stories for missing controller actions tests, especially for maybe new people who want to take a limited story for homework purposes with the MOOC. And let's see, I think that's about it for today. So, and no blockers.
Okay. Alex, are you there?
Yes.
You want to share with us what you're doing today?
Hello, everybody. So we've been working on async voter. I am now looking into a story to pick up to see if there's somebody here available to go on. I might have something in mind, not sure. Just a Friday night with waffle and async voter. I don't have too much to say. I'm just going to see what Rafael has been doing with the routes definition to understand the new structure, and see if I can pick up on anything to assign something to me.
Okay. Cool. Tatiana, are you there?
Yeah, kind of. Eventually, I reach you. Eventually.
Okay. Cool. Welcome.
And thank you.
So, do you have anything to share with us that you've been doing today, or still haven't started doing?
No, you can. I just take a look on the project, and I'm not sure what to choose. Complete.
Okay. So we will talk about that afterwards. So let me just give you my resume of the day. So basically, I spent my full day developing the feature for the Mat Plus, the compare feature on the cruncher, and we don't have the cruncher working because it doesn't get up at all, and I'm having huge issues there. So I'm fighting OpenShift as hard as I can to see if I can bring it up again as soon as possible. And I think that was it for me today.
When did the cruncher go down? When did that start?
So that started 2 hours ago,
Oh,
1 hour and a half ago, something like that.
Wow.
Because when I pushed my change, Travis tried to update the cruncher on OpenShift, and for some reason, I believe it's a space issue, it's not starting. So I don't know. sometimes it happens that I just need to find out what I did last time to make it work, or just try to migrate to OpenShift v3. That's what I'm trying to do, but me and Docker don't go that well together. So still fighting it. I'm not sure how I can set it up there. Okay, but that's me. We have David that joined us. Do you want to share a little bit with us what you've been doing today?
Just figuring out the pull request process. Yeah. Oh, and finishing up that pull request I submitted.
Okay, cool. I see you've been fighting the Hound today.
Yes.
We had some fights today with the Hound. Okay.
It doesn't like us very much. That's
It
for
doesn't
sure.
like us very much. That's true. Okay. So first things first. Let's start. Now that we finished our stand-up, does anyone have anything they'd like to add? Question? Anything?
Nope.
No. Okay. So let's go to the after Scrum. Let us start. Let's try today maybe the easy issue that we have. Tatiana is on the course and she needs a vote to vote on an issue. So me and Patrick have looked into one issue that's easy for us to vote and to understand, so everybody can try to jump in. So let me see if I can find it somewhere. Loud. Let me maybe share my screen. You guys can see what's happening here. Okay. Okay, so this is our waffle. Did you move the stories somewhere? Oh, these are the two, right?
So 473 and 474 are probably the best candidates.
Okay, so let's open 473. Okay, as a developer, I want a high test coverage. That's always something good. And we need to add a test into one controller that we currently don't have a test for that endpoint. So let us take a look at the controller, and it's the destroy of the companies. Company. So we currently have a bunch of tests for show, edit, list people, update, and nothing for destroy. So we kind of need to do a test that will incorporate this to make sure that everything is okay here. So what we are expecting here is to have a test that's more or less similar to, let's say, the show, I think. Yeah, something similar. Instead of checking if it renders, we need to check if it redirects and if our flash is set as a spec. So this is the story that we are going to vote on. Does anyone have any question about the voting? So let me maybe just explain first how we are going to vote this. We are going to use maybe the chat here on the Hangout. Everybody has the chat on the right.
Yes, we have something. We can type this, yes, like, okay.
Okay, so there you have your chat there. So what I'm going to ask you to do is to think how difficult this story is. We are usually we vote in 3 buckets: a 1, a 2, and a 3. 1 is a very simple task that it's not very big. Usually it changes in one file and something very, so a smaller thing. A 2 is a story that includes changes in multiple files and do a little bit something a little bit more complex. And the 3 is a story that's a larger story and that we need to tackle. It's a story that usually have a feature that needs to be implemented, and it's a little bit bigger. So what we are going to do is I'm going to tell you guys to think about what is your number on this story, what you think should be the number here, and then you just write it on chat. And when I say, and I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, and when I get to 3, everybody just pushes enter. Okay? Any question? No? Okay, so this is the process for voting. Does anyone have any question about this issue that we are voting on at this moment, or do you think we can go on and vote on it?
Where bugs for voting? You should provide bugs for voting, something this. And okay.
Sorry, I didn't understand.
No, I understand. I would follow. I just okay.
Did you understand how we are going to vote now?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so we are going to vote on this story here. And so everybody just write down their number without pressing enter. Okay. So, and when I count to 3, everybody just press enter so we can have our voting. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, vote. Okay, I think we all voted 1, but you, Tatiana, you're the only one that did vote 2.
Yes. Minority here.
So did you understand what to happen to this
I
story?
understand it's the most easy, just 1, but it's not so easy. It's need to do something about this story. So that's why I put 2, not 3, but 2, middle.
Okay, so I kind of think this is a smaller story because the only thing that we really need here is to create a test for this. So it's a very localized change that we need to do. I don't know. Are you okay if we mark it as a 1?
Yes, it's not. Yeah, I can change for 1. I think it's not. It's. I think it's 1. It's more appropriate. I think it's 1.
Okay. Cool. So there we have it, and we can just where's that? We can move it into the ready column here, downstairs. Okay. So I know that before your course, I'll give you the link, the YouTube link. I have it somewhere. I'm not sure where. I can give you the YouTube link afterwards, maybe. I don't know. Oh, okay. Here, links. So you have the link there on the chat as well. I don't know. I know you need to do a PR as well for your course. If you want to tackle, for example, this one that's very small, you can just take a look at it. If not, Alex is looking for someone to pair in a Node project. I don't know what you're more familiar with in development. If you prefer to do it on Ruby on Rails, if you prefer to do it on Node, I don't know. It's up to you. Tatiana?
Could you specify what we should submit this link and what's else?
Oh, okay. So I sent you the link because I think you need the link for the course. Is that right?
Yes, it's right. Okay, what's it?
Okay, so that's the link for the. You have the link for the story that was voted, and also the link for the YouTube video where you voted. So you have that for your homework, right?
Yeah, one
okay.
link. This one.
Yes, the YouTube link one. Okay, so do you also need to do a pull request to an open source project?
I don't know. Probably yes. Probably I should do this. Yes.
I don't know. I'm asking.
I don't. I'm not sure. I don't. Probably. Not sure. What's about other people think? Did we? I think we need pull request. I think so.
So if you just check it out, if you need to do a pull request, you can try to do this one that we just voted on, and this is on Ruby on Rails. If you prefer to do the pull request in another project that's Node project, you can talk with Alex Keys, the one that was here and just left, and he's doing something on Node and he's looking for someone to pair. So it's up to you what you want to do. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so let's move on here and see. Maybe today we will start with David.
Okay.
So were you able to finish yesterday what we were doing?
Yes.
Yes. Everything is cool. Do you have any question about your PR or something like that?
Yeah. I guess I am pretty comfortable with where it is now. Is there anything left for me to do at this point, or do I just wait for you guys to approve it? Or
I haven't looked at it yet, so I really don't know.
mm-hmm.
I think Patrick, did you look at it?
Yeah, I was muted. I was trying to talk. Yeah, David, I did look like you.
Request to an open source project.
Bad echo here. Oh, okay, that's better. So, David, it looks like you accommodated everything I asked for, except there was one place, I think, on line 376 in company people controller spec. You've got statement of company person by itself, just a var noted there. And you don't need that on that line? You don't need that line at all?
373?
376. Doesn't it say just company person there?
You know, I don't think it does anymore after the RuboCop.
376 is end line now.
370. Let me
share
so
my screen.
under the conversation, it's still showing as an outstanding. You know, GitHub takes it away if you've accommodated it, but maybe it got confused.
Maybe the way I did the additional commit wasn't correct. So when I tried to accommodate your notes,
yeah,
was that commit done correctly? I just did a push to my branch on my.
Is this the line, Patrick?
Let me come back to that. Yes, that. But it seems to be gone now. Is that right?
Let me see what happened here. So in order for you to update your PR, the only thing that you need to do is to push to the same.
Bad echo here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but it looks like you accommodated everything I asked for, except there was one place.
So
Tatiana's playing back the video.
Tatiana, because it's a little bit of delay. Okay, right. So what you need to do, you need to push. Did you push to this?
Yes. Mm-hmm. And so there should be 2 commits on that now, on that PR.
So let us take a look and see. You have 2 commits. Is this one?
Mm-hmm.
So it should be on 370.
Finance.
Apparently there was no change on that line.
Okay.
It's line 370 in your current code base, it looks like.
Okay.
David. It's just a stray holdover from last night when we were hacking away there.
Right.
So
all right. Yep. Just another commit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just push it. It should be good.
Why wasn't that controller action we were last working on working? Did you? Do you
Oh,
remember?
okay. So on yeah, I do. Basically, I was confusing myself by running multiple tests at the same time, and so the test that we were working on was not the one that I was running at one point.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So once I figured all that out, basically everything that you guys showed me was correct. I don't think that I changed anything. So yeah.
Yeah, that happens when you have two backseat drivers. It's you don't know, do I go left or right here at this intersection? You know, that kind of stuff happens. It gets confusing. Okay, great.
So on that line 370, the reason I have two that company person, does it just get created when I call it in the patch? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. So the first reference to it causes it to be created.
And so on line 371, it becomes created.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Cool. All right. I will send that commit in, and I guess that does it for me.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Yeah, it looks good. I think we will be able to merge after that. So.
Okay. Thank you.
Good job. Okay, Vijay, I think you had a problem as well.
Yeah.
You're still having some problems. Do you want to share your screen with us so we can take a look?
Yeah. Just one second.
Basically, I was confusing myself by
Okay, so case manager is failing, but the job seeker is working. How is that possible?
This one is the new thing. Okay. Okay, I'll show it.
Just go a little bit down. Let's see the error itself, so we can take a peek at it. So if you scroll a little bit down, so we can see the error there.
Yeah.
Can you see Vijaya's screen?
Yes, I can. You can't?
I can't.
Okay. Let me stop presenting and present again. See if it. Can you see it now? Even if we press on her.
Yep.
On her image.
I've got her selected. Her image selected. Well, that's okay. You guys can proceed. I don't need to see it.
We need to go to do. What's the error? Are you moving into the error?
Yeah.
I kind of need to see it. There are a bunch of errors there.
No, I can see it.
Based on the order, I know this is the one thing. The first error is coming here. I'll show it to right now. This is the first error related to authorization. In the new before I tested in all agency, admin is allowed to access and create the branch. And a job developer and case manager is not allowed. Those two cases is paused. And if I use company admin and company contact and job seeker, I'm getting a runtime error.
Okay, so let's we need to see the error messages, Vijay, in order to be able to see what's happening there.
Yeah. This is the error message related to what?
Let's start on the 1 and go to the 2 and then go to the 3.
Okay.
And so on.
This one.
So
Yeah,
authorization new
you.
does not authorize. Logged
Yeah,
in user is not an agency person.
yeah. If I logged in as the company person, I don't have routes for the one. Based on the.
Okay. So can you go to line 31 on branches controller? What I believe it's happening there is that for some reason the authentication is not working, so there might be a problem there, and the authorization, and the user is allowed to pass the authorization step. That's why it's getting a runtime error. I knew we threw runtime errors. Okay, so 31, I think, was it the one?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. Yep, that's the problem. So the problem there is a very simple problem.
Okay.
We need to authorize before we check if the user is part of the agency. Okay, so now you see you have a branch there, the at branch in front of the authorize. That does not exist. So we just need to create a branch. Oh.
Branches.
Just do a branch.new.
Where? After the authorize?
Maybe not. Can you just roll everything back to where it was and show me the console again? Just do Control Z. Do Control Z instead of that. Until you're at the position. Oh, okay. I needed to know the error, where the line was of the error. It's 31.
Yeah.
Okay, can you show me the authorization on the policy? The new action there. So it's in policies, up, policy, there, and the branch policy. So the user is an agency admin.
Okay.
It's what we're checking, right?
Yeah.
So only the agency admin can create a new branch.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. Okay, so what's the problem here? The problem is that we need a branch with an agency in order to check if that user can create the agency, the branch for it. The problem is that we cannot check if the user, we cannot get the agency from the user if the user is not part of an agency.
Okay. That means we don't need to test for those 3 test cases.
Yes, we do, because what's happening there cannot happen in production.
Yeah. Okay, I'll remove those. 3 test cases.
No, the test cases are there and are good and are working because it's failing. We need to correct the code that's on the controller to make it work.
Okay.
So go to the agency model. I believe we'll have to remove that thing there, that runtime exception. To the agency model. To the model that's throwing the error, Vijay. Go to the console. You see, app models agency, line 19.
Yeah.
So go there.
Yep.
Line 19. Okay. So Patrick, do you remember why we raise an exception in this case?
I don't, but I guess the expectation is this is never called unless the user passed in is an agency person. We're using, I'm just searching on where we're calling that. We're calling that in a few places. That might break things if we remove the exception. Why don't we just handle the exception in the controller itself? That's another way to do it.
Because in that case, we are moving the authorization code into the controller itself.
We're not authorizing. All we're doing is just saying if this agency method returns an exception, we handle it, and then we I don't know, we set a flash message and redirect the user somewhere.
Yeah, so we are doing what should be done in the authorization, we're doing it on the controller, because that's what's supposed to happen when the user is not an admin, right?
That's true. We could remove it and see what happens, run our suite of tests. Hopefully nothing else breaks. I suspect nothing else will break, otherwise we would have seen this exception occur elsewhere. We're clearly calling it everywhere else with a user who's part of the agency. Otherwise that exception would have blown up elsewhere. Would have been better maybe if we just have it return nil or something rather than raise an exception.
I think that must be like the only place where we raise an exception. Just give me a second, please.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's bad news for you guys because I have to leave.
I think the expectation was that method should never be called with a user other than a user associated with an agency. And if it is, that indicates bad logic somewhere. So the intent is just to blow it up and fix the logic in the calling code, because it should never be called otherwise.
The only issue that I see here is that I don't want to solve this now in this PR, and I want to close this PR.
Yeah, no, I know. Yep.
So let's do it like this. For this, let's create a ticket to refactor this, and let's catch the exception on the controller.
So you're saying remove the authorization step check for this one action?
No, just leave
So
it there. What we are going to do, we are going to do a begin. So Vijaya, go back to the control, go to the branches controller, please. There.
Are you saying that that story will go in before this is merged?
No.
Vijaya's?
No,
Okay.
we're going to merge Vijaya's. So what we're going to do there is going to put, where you have the cursor there, we are going to do a begin.
Okay.
And after the this agency current user, after that, just enter, do rescue.
Rescue?
Rescue. With a C, rescue. RESCUE. Okay, so enter. At agency equal nil. 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 End. Okay, just save that. Okay, that should be it, and that should solve this specific problem. We need to create, Patrick, can you create please a story in order to refactor this? And so you guys, I have to leave now. I'll leave the Hangout open if you guys still have time to continue looking into this issue.
When you say refactor, are you talking about refactoring this agency
Remove
method?
I want to remove the rescue from. I want to remove this rescue from here. So I want to remove the raise on the model, and I want to start getting a nil back if there is no agency on this person.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Vijay, can you save and run the test, please?
Yeah.
Okay, so in the meanwhile, I will try today to see if I can put up again the cruncher, but no promises there. I'm not sure if I will be able to.
You're sure
Yeah.
you want to refactor that? I mean, this is the only place it's breaking. And the only reason it's breaking is an artifice from a test that's forcing an unnatural condition on that method, which should never occur in production. So now we have to refactor all the places where it's being called to check for nil and make some decision at that point. So we've moved a bunch of one decision to a bunch of different decisions where the method's being called.
But
Sorry, Vijay.
it doesn't really matter because I don't want the application to get an exception.
And
I don't want to have an exception there.
In
The,
why
the
not?
thing is, the thing is, whenever we call this method, if we get an exception, we will get to the user a 500 error page. So we cannot have that. That cannot happen. We need to solve that problem. If we have places where we call this method, and for some reason it happens that we have an exception there, I don't want to get a 500 page back to the user. So we will need to redirect them to another place. Okay, so that needs to be addressed.
Yep, I understand what you're saying. I think okay, we could go that route.